Thank you, Dharma, for that eloquent introduction and sharing your experiences. Thank you for agreeing to be the moderator and co-host here. So
it is my pleasure. And also big thanks to all of you guys here. Your dedication, your work, your energy, support, and love and help makes a true difference in the world. So thank you all.
It is better to light a single candle than to curse the darkness. So I think that's what we're doing. Many people now are asking, what is going to happen to me? People feel alone, cut off from their friends. They feel abandoned even by their own government, confused by the medical establishment. People are really in a state of feeling cut off and confused and alone. And it's very important to get together at this time and to do something positive. And I want to say that you are all very powerful spiritual beings. Each of you is a ray of light from the great central sun, that you have God within you. You are all gods. But you chose to have this dream in which you are waking up to that. But our group of, whether it's 50 or 100 people here, as God, we can invoke our divinity, our God consciousness, and have an effect on the planet, on each other, on the planet, on every living being, instead of just turning on the news and hearing the latest disaster. We can do something, or as Pearl said, do something about doing something. It's time to accept who you are as a God presence on the earth, and to manifest that God dominion. And realize how important your presence is. You are not here by accident. You agreed to be here at this time. And the masters are here with us. And we are here as divine beings with each other. We are the family of God beings. And let us take dominion now on the earth and bring about a inflow of light and higher consciousness to bring love, peace, and harmony to this planet. I can feel you, each one of you. You know, it's kind of a miracle. This is sort of part of what I wanted to say. You are not just sitting there looking at a computer screen, that we are all together in a higher dimension, in a temple on the side of Mount Shasta, and we are meeting. And so I feel the energy coming from your heart, and people have told me you feel mine. So we are all together in a temple doing this work. So it came to me to call on the medicine Buddha of blue light. The last time we worked more with the violet fire, but all these colors that came forth out of the great central sun, which are aspects of white light, they all have their function. So the violet light works more to bring forth the quality of transmutation, and the blue light is more like a cutting through sort of energy, but it's used traditionally in the field of healing to free people from negative conditions negative thought forms, illnesses, things like that. And in Tibetan Buddhism, the medicine Buddha receives her, he's holding a bowl of healing herbs, and it's an infinite supply of healing energy, of healing substance. But behind the medicine Buddha is Kuan Yin. She is standing there pouring over his shoulder, keeping that bowl of healing herbs full. So again, it's the union of the male-female consciousness, that the infinite supply of healing energy is coming forth from the divine feminine, from Kuan Yin, who is the goddess of mercy and compassion. And it's being focused through the awakened mind of the medicine Buddha. And he has his hand up, transmitting blue light wherever it is needed. And he himself becomes filled with blue light. The pictures of medicine Buddha show him as a being of lapis blue light, like a piece of lapis lazuli, but emanating blue light in every direction. So the key to making this practice work is transforming yourself into the medicine Buddha. So again, here is where the quality of imagination comes in. Annika, do you remember that quotation you sent me about imagination? Well, it doesn't matter. It's like, imagine you are a being of love and you are an embodiment of love. It was from Mother Mary. But as you imagine it, it becomes real. On my way to India the first time, I saw these monks on Mount Athos in Greece. And I thought, why should I go to India? These monks are the embodiment of divine love and enlightenment. So I asked them, what is your practice? And they said, we have only one prayer. May the heart of Christ be everywhere known. So they would just see the heart of Jesus in everyone and in themselves as well, which is very, very beautiful practice wherever you go. Even these people on the earth that seem to be doing bad things, if you just try to imagine the heart of Jesus within them, that is very, very beautiful. And it helps them as well as it helps you. So in this practice, we are going to imagine ourselves as a Buddha of blue light, sending out healing to everyone and to the entire planet.
I have the quote now. Would you like me to read that?
Yes, please.
Okay. The imaginal realm is real, and through it, you will never be separated from anyone or anything you have ever loved. For love is the ground in which you live and move and have your being. This is the message that Mary Magdalene has perennially to bring. This is the message we most need to hear.
Thank you. Thank you, Annika. So the key to all these practices is love. So as you do the practice, it's a combination of the visualization, which is more the mind, and the heart, the love quality. So you really put the feeling into it. First, I would like to use the violet consuming flame. which is a good preliminary practice. The violet fire can be used for healing in itself. The blue light is another aspect. So first, let us call on Violet Tara to be above the earth and blaze the violet fire through the earth. And Saint Germain, we ask you to be with us and empower this visualization. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am blazing the violet fire throughout the earth. The entire earth is enfolded in the violet consuming flame, dissolving and consuming anything less than perfection. Let us hold that image now and that feeling of that love going forth, manifesting as violet light. Now see yourself as the medicine Buddha. You don't have to be sitting in lotus position. You can be standing, and you are in the sky above the earth. And your body becomes made of blue light. And I'm going to chant the Sanskrit medicine Buddha mantra, one of them anyway. And I am going to ask the medicine Buddha to empower each of you as a medicine Buddha from this time and henceforth to be a healer on this planet. Om Namo Bhagavate Bachaze Guru Bhayoya Guru Bhazaya Dadagadaya Ahade Samyasam Vidaya Deda Om Bachaze Bachaze Maha Bachaze Raja Samugade Swaha. You can say now, I am a blue light medicine Buddha. And see blue light emanating from your body in every direction, like a sapphire illuminated by an inner sun. This blue light is radiating everywhere. The entire aura of the earth becomes cleansed of all negative thought forms, all selfishness and greed, all disharmony. And on the lower planes, it becomes cleared of all smoke from forest fires, all pollution, all nuclear radiation. Any harmful quality is being removed at this time by the blue light of medicine Buddha. I am the blue light medicine Buddha. I am the blue light medicine Buddha. I am the blue light medicine Buddha. Now come forth and fully manifest. I am bringing about the health of humanity right now. I am eliminating all cause-effect and memory of all negative conditions. I am eliminating all viruses, all harmful viruses from the earth, and whatever effects they may have had. I am restoring all people to perfect health at this moment. You can see beams of blue light coming from the palm of each hand, going down to the earth. And the earth itself is being illuminated in beautiful blue light. I call on the Ascended Masters to amplify our practice now and see to it that this is done by the power of God, which I am. And keep doing this now. As you heal others, so are you healed. As you protect others, you are protected. And as you love others, so too are you loved. We have attracted the attention of Archangel Michael, who wields the blue light also in an even more active form, which is sometimes called the sword of blue flame. And he works with the angels of blue lightning. So he is assisting us. You might see on either side of you an angel of blue light joining you in sending blue light to the earth. I am grateful to Archangel Michael and the angels of blue lightning. Let us go forth together and heal humanity and heal the earth and eliminate all harmful diseases now. We are grateful to Kuan Yin for her compassion. And she is now filling us with healing essence for us to transmit to others. I am one with Kuan Yin, goddess of compassion. I am grateful to Jesus, who is also with us. He is saying, each of you is a Christ. Each of you can do the work that I did and that I am doing. You are my helpers. This is why you were born. This is why you are here. Do not be passive. Take an active role in the evolution of humanity. You can say, I am the living Christ in action today and every day. I am wholly pure and perfect. And gradually you can come back from the atmosphere of the earth. You can come back into this temple where we are all sitting in a circle and can see each other. And we send love to each other, for we are all part of the same family. Later on, so I'm going to open up to some questions. If you would like to raise your Zoom hand by going under reactions, I believe, and then you can raise your hand and Dharma will recognize you. I would like to say, while you're thinking of any questions you might have, this is not just imagination. Back when I was first learning these methods, I think it was 1974, President Nixon was being impeached. And I had the idea to send him some love. I thought, I didn't really agree with him as a president, but I thought as a human being, he must be going through hell. So I just said, I am the presence of divine love, come forth right now for Richard Nixon. And all of a sudden, he blasted through the wall and stood in front of me. I mean, I could see him, wasn't physical, but etherically, he was right there. And he said, oh, thank you so much. He said, seems like the whole world is against me. And you are the only one sending me love. And then he disappeared. And I realized that, you know, that these things are real. It's not just imagination. And I see these people around the world doing what appear to be bad things, but I know it comes from ignorance, you know, and from being asleep. And that is why it is so important to wake up, which is becoming a Buddha. Buddha means awake, someone who is awake. And we should have compassion for these people who are acting out of ignorance. So, is there anybody else have a question?
Yes, we have Victoria. I'll ask you to unmute, please.
Hello.
Hello, Victoria.
Hi, Peter.
Thank you for all your work with the Violet Tara Facebook group.
Oh, thank you. I feel so blessed to be part of the group. Thank you. My question is, I understand that we chose to be here, and I understand that God is the doer of all, and I understand that there's, you know, our path has been laid out, and that everything happens for a reason. Where does free will come into that? You know, like if we perceive someone as doing something bad, is that their free will, or did they choose to create those actions in the world so maybe other people would awaken?
Very good question.
Thank you.
Saint Germain is saying, honey, there's no free lunch. You have to believe you have free will. Otherwise, you'd lie in bed all day and say, you know, what's going to happen is going to happen. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
You have to get up and do something about doing something. But as far as the plan for your life, you chose these parents, you chose to be where you are, the people that come into your life, who you're in relationship with, that's all part of the plan. You know, even, you know, who your children are, when they are born and when they die, that is determined also. So there's actually very little that actually is what we would call free will. I do believe, at one time you had free will, but now we're dealing with the effects of that. Like if you give your child $10 and say, go to the store on the corner, here's a grocery list, the shopping list. But on the way, they buy a video game and then they buy some candy and stuff. And when they get to the store, they only have $5. That's, you gave them $10 worth of free will. Now they only have $5 worth of free will. So that's kind of like God gave us, the infinite free will to start out with. Now we're dealing with how we've spent that free will. We have to deal with the effects of it,
Okay.
But using violet light helps to burn up some of that karma, and the masters can also transmute some of that. Like if you hurt 10 people doing something in a past life, all through the same act, you might only need to repay one person. If you learned the lesson, you don't need to repay each person individually,
Okay. Okay, great, thank you.
But one way to transmute your karma is to help transmute the karma of the earth, like we were just doing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We have another question here. Name is someone's dog, which it just cracks me up. I love it. So if you can unmute and ask a question, please.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
I was just wondering why I have hallucinations. Like I see like shadow people and stuff. I was just wondering why, if you have any knowledge of that.
You see shattered people?
Yeah, like shadow people. They don't have faces.
Oh,
They're just,
shadow.
yeah, they're just like black completely.
You could be seeing people in the astral plane. That's like people don't have physical bodies, but they're still around. If they have things to learn on this plane.
Okay.
And so some people, it's interesting, dogs will sometimes see these, they'll bark for no reason, they'll bark into space, but they're seeing one of these shadow beings, And you can use the violet light on these beings. Just say, I call for you to be blessed with violet fire, or call on the sword of blue flame, or call on someone, an ascended master you relate to, like Jesus, to help that person and lift them off the earth to a higher plane where they can learn there,
Yeah.
And sometimes sometimes it can be scary, but if you talk to them and say, leave me alone, you don't belong here, go to the light, and then call on Jesus or Saint Germain to send the light and take them where they belong for their evolution. Now, in the cities, there are a lot of these beings, and if you go into a bar, there are sometimes, not always, but there are sometimes beings there that were alcoholic, but they can't drink now because they don't have a physical body, but they want to drink through the person sitting at the bar. So anyway, it's best if you would be nice to see angels and masters too, and ask them to help these shadow beings, But call to be protected. I am invincibly protected by my tube of light. There's a picture of the I Am presence behind me with the tube of light. And I love showing this picture.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Your higher self surrounded by a tube of light, So that being, that's your real self, that ball of light that's there to protect you. So you can call it whatever you want. I am presence, come forth, or just God, come forth now and protect me. We have somebody else?
Yes, we do. Jennifer?
Hi, Peter.
Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Jennifer just made a pilgrimage to Mount Shasta.
Namaste. Yeah, I was just gonna comment. If you're not of the light, leave now. That's the phrase
That's good. Yeah.
that I've used. And they're supposed to. They have to leave, right? If they're not of the light. If you command them.
They don't have to. That's a funny thing. It's in my book. Let's see, Apprentice to the Masters. When you're on the spiritual path, you're told all these things that are guaranteed to work. And then you find out later which ones really work and which ones don't. But one of these demonic beings came to me and threatened me, actually stabbed me with a spear in the side, or in the leg rather. And I called on all the all the masters and archangels, and none of them showed up. Now I'm sure they were watching, but they wanted me to learn a lesson. So I just sent love to this being. I said, divine love, come forth. And this love went from my heart to this being. And this being stepped back and he went, whoa, what was that? And then I sent more love. And then he left and he had all these demonic hordes behind him and they all left too. And for the next 2 weeks, I would feel him come close, like during the day, and I would send more love. And after 2 weeks, he came to me and he said, I want to thank you. You've helped me with my evolution. And this was an entity that was coming through psychic channel in LA, giving messages, but people had, even though the messages were brilliant, people were having bad experiences. But this showed me, the masters let me have this experience because it was really the love that this being wanted, which he knew nothing about. That was what transformed him, not all the get out of here and be gone. Another question? Maybe somebody has an answer.
Here we go. There's a question from Noel. If you can
Okay.
unmute.
Hello.
Hello.
My daughter here, she sees auras and I don't really have any, I don't really know what I should do. Like, how could I help her or just encourage her to explore, her gifts better than, yeah.
Well, maybe she'll teach you.
Yeah. She's like, there's something over here. I'm like, what? So, I mean, yeah, I'm not really sure, what to say. Just keep going.
Well, I was so you're I'm pretty sure you're only supposed to see like two types, like one that's like straight down or one that's puffy, but I've been seeing it in like actual shapes, like a circle or like a heart around some people. So I want to ask, what does that mean?
But she has to ask, if you tell her about her I am presence, which children sometimes perceive as guardian angel, you even give her a picture to have in her bedroom, like the presence, yeah, that she can learn to ask that presence and also introduce her to the masters. Like if you have pictures of the masters around, she may find one of them is her teacher, who will teach her,
Mm-hmm. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
They're I think in my Apprentice to the Masters, there's a picture of 2 or 3 masters, or, Kutumi and El Moria and Saint Germain.
Okay.
She can call on them for teaching. Yeah, when I was her age, I used to see stuff too, and I didn't know what it meant really. Sometimes it was a little scary, gradually it went away and I didn't have that ability again for a long time. But it's great that she has you as a mother that can encourage her, not, just to feel it's okay, it's normal. And she's going to meet other other people have the same abilities, you know. Yeah, but I'd say having pictures around of these masters would be good.
Okay.
Just so she learns, you know, that she can call on them.
Okay. Thank you.
Good. She can meditate too. You know, I don't know if she might do that. When I was 7 years old, somebody appeared to me and taught me to meditate. Just listening to the sounds in the body or observing the breath, things like that, you know. So, okay, good.
We have another question, Peter, from
Yeah.
Lorena. Unmute yourself, please.
Hi, thank you so much to Dharma, Annika, and yourself, and all the devotees and persons that you have around you all these years. And I'll stop there. There's more, but I'll stop there. I have a quick question. I am wanting to know, is there a way? I've been told by my guide that I'm getting rid of karma, and I don't know what I've done in past lives, but it seems like all of my life I've been getting rid of karma. Is that normal?
Well, I think we all are really. But you know, you have good karma too. Karma is not all bad. It's just the result of actions, you know.
Yes.
So just look at it. You know, karma has kind of negative connotation. I like to just think of it as lessons, you know. That we're all learning stuff, you know. And we're here to help other people learn too, you know. So,
yes, my life has been in service since I was a child, doing service and didn't know, you know. So the young one that we just spoke to was just, I was praying for the world and people, and I'm still doing it, as we all are. And but I guess I need to reframe what karma is what you're teaching me right now. It's good and bad.
Well, you're being of service, just being where you are on the planet. You know, where are you living?
Pasadena, Los Angeles, California area, Altadena. Yeah.
Well, when you meditate or when you have a good thought or you do an affirmation, you know, I am love going forth, that's blessing all of Pasadena. You know, it's affecting your neighbors, it's going out, affecting everyone, the whole world. You don't realize that, but you are. You know, so it's important to realize you're being of service, even if you didn't leave the house. Just being there and having, you know, good thoughts, saying, I am love, or I am the violet flame going forth, or just thinking, I am the blue light of the medicine Buddha going out to heal. That's doing something.
Thank you.
Yeah, my teacher, Pearl, like she and her husband took a course in motel management, and their first job, they volunteered. They saw a motel and they asked if they could be of service. And these people hadn't had a vacation in 10 years that were running this motel. So they turned it over to Pearl and Jerry. And Pearl would see a car go by and she'd say, God bless the people in that car. The car would stop, back up, and they would check into the motel. And when the owners of the motel came back, you know, Sunday night, the motel was full. They said, we've never had this motel full. What are you doing? She says, well, I just bless people as they drive by, you know, and you can do that too. You see a car go by, God bless the people in that car. Or like when I go by a hospital, I say, God bless the people in that hospital. I call on the angels of healing to come forth for the people in that hospital. And that's doing good. You know, they did a study. They found out people who are prayed for in the hospital get better faster than people who aren't prayed for, even if they don't know they're being prayed for.
This is wonderful. I used to, well, for years, I did homeless feeding downtown Los Angeles with an organization. And so with the coronavirus, I worked Santa Ana, another city. And with the coronavirus, I was just kind of like praying for world, the world and the world political, and just praying for those type of things. But I didn't realize, you're helped me to realize and understand the significance of just being where I am, and the thoughts and the prayers. I'll begin doing that. God bless. That feels very good.
Yeah, Jesus said, in that you do it unto the least of my little ones, you do it for me. So, if you give a sandwich to a homeless person and you just feel that the heart of Jesus is in that person, or the Christ is in that, it's just like giving it to Jesus, If you, whatever you do of service for people, if you think I'm doing this for God, the God in that person, it changes everything.
Do you know, since I was, I believe it was you that invited me to Mount Shasta, the mountain, but I haven't been there at all yet, but I've passed by it since I was like 16, 17 till now, and so it's my goal one time to just come
Okay.
and visit you.
Let me know when you're coming. We'll get together.
I'm coming.
Okay, good. You can come in your dream body,
Thank you.
Okay, many blessings.
We have a couple more questions.
Okay.
David and then Matt. So I'll ask David to unmute.
Hello, Peter. You had a mantra today for the medicine Buddha. Is that something that I really get something out of using my mala and in the temple and everything? Is it okay if we can incorporate that into our daily practice?
Absolutely. Sanskrit has a very profound vibration. It's like comes from another dimension, really. But even more important than the vibration, it's the consciousness. So even just saying, I am the medicine Buddha, or I am the healing Buddha, that is the most powerful. But the mantra also has another effect, a subtle effect in Sanskrit. But I would say to do the English, I am the medicine Buddha of blue light, or I am the blue light medicine Buddha healing humanity. And you hold your hands up. That you can't beat that as far as the power goes. When is the time to do this particular practice? So I do them when I watch the news. I see where the trouble spots are, and I say, I am the blue light medicine Buddha sending light down into that hospital, something like that, Okay, we'll talk later. Keep up the good work, David. You're doing good things.
We have also Matt wanting to ask a question. So if you may
unmute.
Sure. Hi, Peter. Good to see you.
Matt.
Yeah, so Victoria's question about free will got me thinking a little bit. So is it fair to say that we're more or less living we're living in a play where the major events of each act are predetermined, but all the details have to be filled in, like how we react to those events and how we treat others and things like that?
That's very well put. Yeah, you're like on stage and the script's been written, but how
a lot
well
of the actors have been chosen, I guess.
Yeah, and it's just how well you play your part. What Sai Baba said, where the free will comes in is if you learn from what you're doing or not. See, you can just play the role and be asleep and not learn anything, or you can get the lesson. Now, if you get the lesson, that's where the free will is. We used to have a group every Thursday night for 2 years. We would do medicine Buddha practice, and it was very, very powerful. So, well, I would like to bring the meeting to a close. And we could just, unless somebody else has something they'd like to say, but just let us give gratitude for being here, for being present on the earth. God knows that you're here. You're here for a reason. And at every moment, you can send out light and love and reach out to somebody. Maybe reach out to someone you haven't talked to in a long time. This can make a big difference. We are all being raised into a higher consciousness, and that is where the new heaven and the new earth will be. It says in the Bible, the old heaven and the old earth will pass away. There will be a new heaven and a new earth. And as our frequency is being raised, we are moving into that new heaven and new earth. So sometimes this transition is difficult. Sometimes you need to take a nap, or sometimes call a friend, say you need help. Reach out to other people when you need help. But help is as close to you as your own heart. Call out to God, I need help, and the help is there.
Thank you, Peter.
Again, thank you, Dharma, and thank you, Annika, and thank you all for attending.
I also want to thank everyone for donations. We're very grateful. If you want to do that, you can do that at www.iamteachings.com, or send a check at the Church of the Seven Rays, P.O. Box 711, Mount Shasta, California, 96067, USA. We thank you so much for all your support, being here. We love you, sending blessings and energy of healing and love and light.
And I would like to say that both Dharma and Annika do healing work. People can contact them, Annika at healingwithannika@gmail.com, and also Dharma at healingwithdharma@gmail.com, right? Okay.
That's correct.
Okay. Okay, love you. Bye.
Namaste, everyone.
Keep doing the practice.